morning and welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. Let us begin now, as we always do, the first 5 minutes of taking that heart mind connection exercise going here. So let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep breaths, and just experience these breaths flowing in and out of your heart. This is to keep your awareness in the area of the heart, keeping you present, and also allowing the heart to rebalance your autonomic nervous system, which controls 90% of all your automatic body functions. So slow, deep, gentle breaths, perhaps count to 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out, all the while imagining the breaths are flowing in and out of your heart. Are you paying attention to the chest expanding and contracting as you take these slow, deep breaths? Just maintain your awareness there. You may have thoughts about some things that have happened or are about to happen that you project or have happened in the past. For the next few minutes, bring that awareness back into your heart and let your body harmonize and balance so that you can kickstart this week from a heart-mind connection. See if you can sense that which is beyond your body. See if you can feel your body's magnetic field. Just try and sense it. This is your radar, your personal radar. As your heart beats, it produces a magnetic field that emanates from your heart outward in all direction. See if you can become in touch with that. Sense it, because your emotions are actually encoded in this magnetic field that's just beyond your body. So as you take these slow, deep, gentle breaths, sense that which is beyond you. See if you can connect with that. Wonderful. Thank you for that wonderful 5-minute practice. We'll be doing 5 more minutes of a more deeper practice. But first, let's talk about the art of questioning on the spiritual path. This is something that was made clear to me, that there is a need to understand how to question on the path of spiritual journey. And this was because I had a chat with one of my clients the other day who asked me a question and basically said, is God narcissistic? That was her question to me. And that kind of expanded into an existential question. Why am I here? What am I here for? Does God basically dictate my life? Do I have any free will and freedom? And what the interesting conversation kind of evolved into was the question of, is God narcissistic? The question is wrong itself. And I want to share with you some of the questioning that my clients and others and I have done in the past, until I realized that I need to change how I question so that the response I get from the universe is actually meaningful, deep, and actually helps me on my path. And I realized this very recently. So let's take some examples here. The art of questioning. The first question that people always ask is, where did God come from? Now, in that question, the question again is wrong, because it assumes that a linearity. It assumes God is limited by time and space. Imagine, if we were created by a force, a creative force. You may call him God. You may call him the Matrix, or her. You may call it the field if you want. Whatever that is, it's an intelligent it's an intelligent entity that is actually responsible for creating you and I, and nature around us, and this intelligent design that we so enjoy. And so when you ask that question, we are limited by time and space. If I want to go from here to Colorado, it's going to take some time, and we're going to have to traverse space to do that. So if we say, where did God come from? We're implying linearity. We're implying God is, subject to time and space, because God would have had to come from somewhere and move through time and space as that's happening now. Instead, if we were to explore the question, instead of asking the question, where did God come from? Because the universe will answer every question that we get. But the universe will not be able to answer the question, where did God come from? Because it implies a fact in there that does not belong there. Instead, ask, I seek to gain a deeper understanding of the mystical universe. That's the same thing, except what you're doing is you're leaving the choice open to the universe to provide you examples. And when you do that and you ponder upon that question, you will get several epiphanies that will help you build your understanding of our life, our purpose, why we are here, and what it is that we want to do here. And you'll be surprised by the answers you get. For example, my understanding of this whole thing is that we're here to experience the three-dimensional reality. We are here to experience different textures of emotions. And because when we're beyond the veil, we bask in unconditional love. And there's only one major, big, high vibrational emotions. So I guess it's pretty boring out there. Let's talk about the question that my client asked earlier: is God narcissistic? This implies that God has human qualities, which we know that, thinking rationally, that's not possible. God's not limited by anger, by subject to pride and all those things. Instead, ask, how can I get a deeper understanding of God, matrix, field, or the creative force? How can I get a deeper understanding? What does that look like? If I were to understand the creative force a bit more, that which is responsible for me being here, what does it look like? When you ask a broader question like that, the universe responds, has more depth with which you can respond to. Of course, this question has always been around: why does God let people suffer? And this assumes God's purpose is to reward and punish. Perhaps it is, but you'll be surprised if you ask the question. I seek to gain a deeper understanding and insight into human suffering. I wish to know a bit more about the meaning of my existence. Once you ask that question, the response will come in very loud and clear. And my understanding of the response to this is basically that we are free will. One of the biggest gifts that we've been given as part of journeying through life here on Earth is the ability to have free will and free choice. So if we decide to take an action where we hurt another being, The free will part of us is the ability to actually be able to do that. The free will part of them is to be able to say, not to get into that particular span of our existence, so that they would never come across us if they had listened to their intuition and gut. Many a times when we listen to our intuition, it helps us get out of trouble a lot. But if we don't, we end up walking into something that our intuition and gut tells us not to, but we end up there, and the other person's free will is now we are slave to them. So to me, it's about free will. So now let us begin and do the next part of this particular heart-mind connection. And let's go a little deeper this time. Let us begin by placing our awareness in the area of the heart. Taking slow, deep, gentle breaths, experiencing these breaths flowing in and out of our heart. And this time, recall an emotion. Recall a situation that creates that emotion, perhaps. An emotion of gratitude, appreciation. Something that makes you feel lighter, joyous. Go back into the past and recall a situation which gave you a lot of gratitude and appreciation. Perhaps fantasize about the future where you may experience more gratitude. The key is to actually amplify this emotion, because what it does is it actually encodes itself on the heart's magnetic field that reaches out 3 to 5 feet beyond you and becomes a point of attraction for your reality. What do we have to have gratitude about today? What is it in our lives that we can be so grateful about? It's something happened this weekend that you can say, wow, that is so amazing. Something happened years ago that changed the course of your life, that brought you to this path. Are you anticipating something wonderful that you're grateful about? Lots of things to be grateful for. Let us find that in our hearts. Take slow, deep, gentle breaths and experience gratitude. And the higher the intensity, the more powerful, as these emotions are encoded on the heart's magnetic field, which reaches out beyond you 3 to 5 feet. And this creates a point of attraction for all things that you want to bring into your reality. Thank you so much for joining me today. Appreciate it. That is the end of the espresso shot. 15 minutes goes by very quickly. I hope it was fruitful for you. If you have any questions, just type those in and I'm happy to respond. If there is none, then I'll see you again next week, same time. So I don't see any questions coming in. Oh, there's a comment here. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate you joining us today. Here in Canada, it's a long weekend, Victoria Day. So thank you. If you're in Canada, thank you for joining us today. All right, wonderful. I look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place. Take care for now.